Hey everyone, it's Edible Incredible, and well, I finished the DLC last night, and I must say, I'm a little sad it's already over. It feels like I completed it before I even digested that it actually released during the night of the Game Awards.
Has to be signed 100 years ago. Oh my god. Still comprehending this?
Yep, I'm still definitely comprehending it, Edible. About 4 days later, and now it's time to gather my thoughts on how I feel about the Champions Ballad. Let's play that intro, homie! The anticipation for this specific DLC pack has been rising ever since they announced it. It was supposed to be the DLC to make people pick up the expansion, where the expansion makes or breaks. Well, let's dive in to see just that. Let's start off with how the DLC starts off, with, well, a bang. The one-hit Obliterator is pure awesomeness. To be honest with you guys, this is the weapon of my dreams, and not necessarily because it kills in one hit, but because of the challenge of being killed in one hit. I adore that. It forces you to totally flip around your playstyle, no matter what that is. Since I believe the DLC requires you to complete all 4 Divine Beasts first, you are already at a point in the game where you can pretty easily wreck any enemy in your way. With the one-hit Obliterator, you are forced to go stealthy and healthy, baby. Let's get it.
There we go. Give me that headshot, baby. Oh my god, they all realized. They all just realized what happened. Oh my god. And I got wrecked. Wow, this is gonna be an awesome challenge.
And it was an awesome challenge. I'm glad I was able to experience it with you all. So let's move on to the shrines. Man, these might be the best shrines in the game. You can tell right off the bat that they put a lot of their time into these shrines for the DLC. And well, that's not a bad thing at all. I know it sounds like I'm loving this DLC to bits, but it has its flaws, trust me. The repetitiveness of going to the 4 Divine Beasts does get slightly stale, but the shrines are still excellent at all of them. I would have appreciated new bosses for these, but it's just the same blights from before. A new touch I did like though was your limit on what resources and weapons you have during these boss fights. They only give you a couple weapons and just a little amount of food. That's literally it. Also, being able to fight the blights whenever you want now is great for someone like me who has been wanting to do a boss ranking video for months now, but I couldn't get the footage. So there's 3 shrines, including a short trial for each at the 4 Divine Beasts. You can run through all of these pretty quickly, especially if you're still fresh with the game when coming back for the DLC. The new Champions memories are cool, but I still wanted just a little more story detail. We do get more personality for the Champions, but not too much story lore. I mean, I suppose that's a minor complaint coming from a Zelda lore enthusiast. What we do get, however, are diaries for each of the 4 champions, with their separate perspectives on Link and Zelda, which again mainly just gives us more personalities for them. At least it makes their personas well more fleshed out than in the game. The biggest lore info we got was about the Yiga clan and their ties with Calamity Ganon. My most recent video is actually about that, if you're interested, but back on task. So on to the final trial, the part we've all been building up in our minds. The final dungeon of Breath of the Wild. It is indeed a 5th Divine Beast, but I don't think it's modeled after any specific animal. Instead, it doesn't give a shit about that, and it just hands down a great Zelda dungeon, man. Sure, the aesthetics are similar to the beast, but it honestly doesn't matter. The theme is just like the shrines, but it builds on top of itself the farther you progress in the dungeon. It's like the ultimate shrine theme. I believe it's even played in the trailer. Yep, that's definitely it. And that's actually the theme at its climax, once you're about to proceed to the boss. And well, I guess it's time to talk about the boss. Don't worry, it's not another blight. But, hold on, major spoiler warning. If you haven't fought the boss yet, please click off. Okay, here we go. The boss is a Sheikah monk. Wow, this is like the last thing I would have expected. Once its fingers moved, I was like, no way. but Yahweh, and it's actually a pretty well done boss battle. Multiple monks at once at one point, and a massive monk to end it. So yeah, overall, was the DLC worth it? Well, that depends on what you enjoy. If you love shrines and puzzle solving over story, then I'd say you enjoy it. If you're looking for something more story driven, this is probably not for you. Although the final memory is a great send off for the champions. And where you encounter the memory just outside the Shrine of Resurrection is a cool kind of this story ends where it begins kind of thing. Overall, I give the Champions Ballad a solid 8 out of 10, with its shrines, one-hit Obliterator section, and the final dungeon where it shines, yet lacking in more detailed story and playtime as you can beat the whole thing fairly quickly. I really did enjoy the DLC as a whole though, and if you are a Zelda fan like me, I'm certain you will too. By the way, I didn't mention the motorcycle because I honestly didn't play around with it enough to rightfully judge. But I've heard it's pretty awesome. Oh wait, how could I forget? Phantom Ganon armor. 10 out of 10, final verdict. Peace. One hit Obliterator, I'm back. Let's get it. What? Come on Nintendo, but it's the weapon of my dreams.